Hey there. I would like to go over some activity that I'm going to ask for your help in. And first of all, my kit, kind of like right here, is a Pearl Masters Maple Complete. It's a 9-piece kit, and it's outfitted with all Peisty 2002 cymbals. All right, so I've got a 24-inch ride, a 19-inch thin crash, a regular 14-inch crash, a 16-inch thin crash, and a 17-inch crash, a 10-inch splash, and a 15-inch hi-hats. Now, I love everything there is about this kit. I love the sound, I love the way it's mic'd up, I like the way it lays audio down. I'm just a little sketchy on the 14-inch crash. And I know I really don't like the 17-inch crash. I find when recording that the thin crash cymbals really give a lot more meat to the recording, all right? So what I've done, because I'm kind of unhappy with my 14-inch crash, and that's fairly new, is I've bought a bunch of cymbals. Particularly, these are all 14-inch cymbals, okay? And I've bought a bunch of cymbals because I want to try them all with against the Peisty 14-inch crash. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these all up, and we're going to see kind of what's going on with them. I won't be playing them, but there'll be a later video that will encompass a comprehensive look at all the cymbals that I bought. So let's just start here. I don't know where that came from. So I'm not sure it's in the box. Some boxes may have 1 or 2 cymbals in them, but I don't know. So we're going to check this box out. We'll see what it is. Now inside this box is a brand I never heard of from before, okay? This is a 14-inch thin crash from Stag. I've never heard of Stag, so you're going to be with me on the Stag tryout for sure. But before I go any further with pulling this out of the sleeve, I like to put weight gloves on so I don't get finger marks on the cymbals. Now, I'm not typically one that chokes their cymbals with my hand, so I like to keep them fairly fingerprint free. Now, that doesn't count when the grandkids are over, because they put their hands all over them, but you know, that's the grandkids. They get to do whatever they want. But for the purposes of me handling them, I like to have a glove on. So this is the Stag. All right, this is the Stag. SH, it says 14-inch thin crash. I've never heard a Stag cymbal, but we're just going to give it a little demonstration here on a fingertip today. Now, for me, that sounds kind of gongy. So I'm not so sure that I'm going to like it. But you've heard it with me for the first time. You can leave your comments, please. I appreciate the comments, because it certainly helps with my opinion. All right, so that's the Stag. Now, I got another box here. Like I was saying, I've got another box here. And I don't know where my glove went. Hello? Oh, it's there. So let's see what's inside this box. This is nicely packaged. All right. There's two cymbals in this box. There's a Peisty PST7 14-inch thin crash. And what else we got in here? This is going to be like genuine Wuhan cymbals and gongs. So this is a 14-inch crash, not a thin crash, but it says it's a fast crash. So we'll take this out of the box. I can tell right off the bat this is a heavy cymbal, so let's see what this is going to sound like. Now I know my finger is somewhat dampening this, but hopefully you can get a flavor for how that sounds. But that's Wuhan's 14-inch crash. I've never heard a Wuhan cymbal before, so I figured I'd include one in the mix with my search for a cymbal. So next is the Peisty 14-inch thin crash. And honestly, if they made the Peisty 2002 in a thin crash, I wouldn't be doing all this stuff. But this is the Peisty PST7 14-inch thin crash. Let's test this out a little bit. Right off the bat, you can tell the quality. Okay? So if you can, weigh in on that for me. Thank you. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3 cymbals. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. This is going to go off to the side now. I'll open up the bigger box now. Now, I think I know what's in the big box, but I'm really kind of disappointed that Amazon would send this box, okay? And in a second, I'm going to show you why. All right? I'm going to definitely show you why. This is the sloppiest way of shipping something I've ever seen. It's almost shameful. But this is what it is. Okay? You see that? It's a Sabian cymbal, one cymbal thrown in a box with a piece of paper. Now, Amazon, shame on you. That is really not cool. So what we have here is a Sabian B8X. B8X. All right. And the package is stapled, which just tells me that if you're not careful, you could scratch your cymbal. If you're not careful. But that's it, one piece of paper in there with a cymbal. I know this has got kind of a funky color. It's Sabian, it's a B8X thin crash. Probably kind of a lower end cymbal. But let's see how this one sounds. I'll get my stick. And let's see what this sounds like. Kind of a gongy sound. That's my opinion only. Okay, so put this to one side. Now the last one that I'm going to open was the last one that came in. And I've opened these in the order that I received them, okay? So we're going to open this one up. Now this one here came directly from Turkey. It only took a couple of days for it to come in, which I'm surprised about. So let's open her up and see what we got. Because I was kind of looking forward to this one. I've heard a lot about these cymbals, but I've never had one or seen one in person or tried one. And that kind of ends now. Should be a string on here. Is there a string on here to pull? I guess not. Come here. This one seems fairly well wrapped. Okay, it's in one package. Which is in another package. That's the fragile sticker from Turkey. Another package. Which has got cardboard wrapping in it. So this seems as though they wrapped it really good for the trip from Turkey. Okay? As you can see, wrapped up really well. So let's cut this tape and get into it. Pull this out. Come on. Wrapped very tight. I can tell you that much. Wrapped very tight. Okay, and here we are. Oh, that's why it wouldn't come out, the tape is stuck on it. Here we have smell that fresh Turkish air, which does smell different for some reason. Okay, come on. What do we got here? This is a Istanbul Mehmet, handmade cymbal from Turkey. IstanbulMehmet.com. Now this here was obviously very well wrapped. There's a 14-inch Istanbul Mehmet traditional cymbal, handmade cymbals from Turkey. I've never had one, heard one, or seen one up close. So let's see what it sounds like. Honestly, that sounded probably the best of all of them so far, but it does. To me, it sounds good. I don't know if that's somebody's real signature, but it says Mehmet Tandedger. I'm assuming that's just printed on instead of signed. I don't really know. But this one sounds pretty good to me. Now, I'm only recording on my phone, so it's kind of hard to tell. But when we get the kit fired up and we start putting these in the rotation, we're really going to be able to tell the difference. All right. So for now, that's where we're at, and that's what we're going to be doing. And I've got plans today to go out with my in-laws, so I will not be getting to this today, but I plan on working on it tomorrow. So, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Stay tuned, because this should end up being a very interesting sound challenge. Take care. And if you didn't know, you can control your camera from your watch by going to the camera app. Now we've been on for 12 minutes and 49 seconds, and I can say bye, watch the hand,